Day 2, Massanutten Trail, circumnavigation. I camped 4 miles north of Woodstock Fire Tower. I think I got out at 10 minutes to 7 of camp, and should be at the fire tower at 8:15, no later than. Gonna assess my water situation because I don't have much. I have maybe a liter of water, that's it. And after, of course, the fire tower's on the ridge, so after the fire tower, it's another, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 miles on the ridge again. I may have to go down the mountain a little bit on a side trail to find a recreation campground and get water there. Anyway, hiking along. It was a really nice morning. Cool. There is some poison ivy along this road, this trail. There's some poison ivy along this trail, which is concerning because if you know anything about me, I'm highly allergic to the crap. And I'm not using my trekking poles because I don't want my trekking poles to get contaminated with the oil. Because I got to use the trekking poles to set up my tent. And it was really good to wash everything down last night. And then I went and touched my trekking poles. Probably got oil all over that. My hands and everything. My face is itching this morning. Anyway, something was in my camp last night. Something big was right next to my tent. The last minute I threw out a packet of stuff I kept in my tent I didn't put in the bear bag. I realized I had fish oil, vitamins and stuff, nutrients, supplements, and it dawned on me that so one thing a bear might want is fish oil. So the things do smell. So I tossed that out, and something was kicking it around last night. Anyway, I'm here. Beautiful, soft breeze, and ooh, look at that. That's weird. It's not weird, actually. It's a deer stand. It's not a tree house in the middle of nowhere. That would be weird. Okay. I'm gonna get going, get doing this stuff, and try and... Yeah, so I just want to review 2 things. The Hyperlight tent Derigo 2 was kind of small last night. I am a small guy, 5.5 or 5.5, 5 feet 8 inches and a half, and seemed like my feet were pressed right up against the end of the tent. I didn't want to have my head against the end of the tent, the other end. I just envisioned a bear biting its way into my skull, but didn't happen. So maybe tonight I will get closer to that end, but my feet were definitely pushing up against the tent. So I think it's a damn small tent for a 2-person tent. So I think it's a small tent. I don't know how 2 people could possibly fit in there. I don't know how 2 people could possibly fit in there. But I'm still relatively new to the trail, so let me see if I can become more efficient in what I do. Okay. I don't think I pitched it very well. But it uses trekking poles, like I said. And for years I hiked with a REI quarter dome freestanding tent, which was a great tent, actually. I loved it. Maybe a little heavier, a little bigger than this one, Hyperlight, but ease of use, spaciousness, it's fantastic. And not to mention the price, maybe a third the price of the Hyperlight. So we'll see how this goes going forward. So, not enthusiastic about the Hyperlite yet. It was harder to pitch perfect. I never got it pitched perfectly. And I would argue that it's difficult to do that when you have a tiny tent space area, which is all I could find on this long ridge line, narrow ridge line. But anyway, the zippers are flawless in the way they zip up and down. Smoothest I've ever seen in my life. I'm sure I will get better at pitching it and figure out the mechanics of it. No condensation whatsoever. I mean, it's August. I don't think I'd have that much to begin with. I had the side doors open until something walked right past my tent. I saw the shadow of it. So I zipped it shut just because I really didn't want to open my eyes and see something staring at me through the bug mesh. So even with both doors zippered 3/4 of the way down, maybe at least half the way down, I still had good ventilation. So promising. Okay, second piece of gear is the Ultra Lone Peak. I don't know what the hell they are, 4.0, 3.5. These things, I'm telling you, I would chuck them in a minute if I had my Sportiva. These are the worst shoes in the world. You can feel every single rock. There's no cushioning. My feet are slipping and sliding laterally everywhere. I keep tripping on rocks as I climb because it's got this huge toe box which keeps catching. I feel like I'm wearing clown shoes. So Jesus. And I'm getting really weird pain points in my joint. I'm getting weird pain points in my big toe joint where it hits the foot. Never had that before. Maybe thicker socks, I don't know. But right now, these are not going to Corsica. These are going back in storage. And I will pull out my La Sportiva Wildcat 3.0s. They are wonderful shoes. I don't feel like I have any control in these shoes. Pushing off, stepping across rocks, my foot just slides left and right. And it's I wear at 8.5 and these are 9, so I don't know what the story is. Maybe I'll get accustomed to it. Maybe they shine when they're wet and they dry out super fast. I have a feeling they will, compared to any other shoe I've ever owned. Sportiva kind of dries out fast, but I'm telling you, I love those shoes. I really wish I hadn't bought these, but I'm going to do this 71-mile circuit and give a final review when I'm done. All right, take care. Bye. am dead tired. It's been 11 miles since I woke up this morning. I am definitely out of shape. I got a last mile. Go down to that valley. There's I think it's Edinburgh Gap. I am completely out of water. So 1 mile left to water, I hope. Supposedly there's a campground with a restroom. I just went through the thickest, scariest forest on the other side of this ridge. Never seen so much blowdown in my life. Huge bear poop right in the middle of the trail. Still very, very fresh. Anyway, I hope I didn't walk through tons of poison ivy. That would be terrible. I'm back on the good side of the mountain, so there's a nice breeze, as you can see. Nice breeze. It's cool, there's no humidity up here. It's going to be a long descent down. And then I'm going to take a break at the campground, make a lunch, rehydrate, and then supposedly you start the ascent immediately. Ouch. Okay, day 3, Massanutten Trail. Left, hell, it's called Jawbone Gap. Fuck. Trail junction with Massanutten. Some other trail, I don't know what it was. So it's proving to be a very difficult day. You look at the map, the topo map, and you think, okay, trail runs along the ridgeline for 4 miles, but all it does is take you up and down, up and down, up and down. So this happens to be a particularly nice stretch. Can't complain. I'm trying to capture the poison ivy jungles that are overgrown on parts of it. I'm sure I'm gonna get some poison ivy rashes soon. Trying to wipe down the baby wipes after every 4 hours, because some of this stuff is just so dense and so thick that there's no way. It's completely overgrown on the trail. I'll try to get a picture of it. Yeah, so this ridge line, or ridge running, is not as easy as it seems. It's not as easy as you'd think. Gotta pay attention to the rocks. Oopsie. Oops. Ouch. Probably helps not to hike in August when poison ivy is so bad. I think first frost is when I'm going to hike. Like, here's another thing. I can't tell you how many of these spider webs I've walked through. A couple of spiders have bit me. because I didn't see him till the last minute. And I swear to God, 2 of them drew blood. There's one bite. Whoa. I think this is a trail. Jesus. Anyway. The Massanutten Trail is not easy. Oops. What the hell? Oh. Oh, it's leading us right to a bear den. That's nice. Oh, that's pretty. I tell you what. There you go. Oopsie daisy. Fuck. Damn bugs. Jesus, these things, once they get on you, they don't leave. God, they're like super glued to me. Fucker. Jesus, Mark. Okay. Always fun, isn't it? Put my cap back on. Alright. Dang it. My pole hits the poison ivy. I push it aside. And then I swing in the pole and it hits my legs constantly. So I don't know if I'm really doing that much to avoid it. Anyway, if you're thinking about hiking the Massanutten Trail, watch this stretch of video so you know what you're getting yourself into. And I'll tell you something, there's no water, there's no consideration for water in the trail design. There are no campsites, so I guess that leaves them of the responsibility of finding water. I mean, even when you come down into the gaps, they'll bring you down where there's no water. There's no stream. You gotta hike a quarter mile to stream. So that's what I gotta do. After this ridge run, I gotta descend and I'm praying that there's water down there because I got probably under a liter left. Whoop, fuck. Under, oh my god. Under a liter left. And I got a massive, to me, climb up. I think it's called Stickler's Knob. So I descend, a little bit, hope to find water, and then there's a massive climb, and then you're on the ridges again for another couple miles. I mean, there's just no way to get water. I know they say to cache it, but my God, like the Woodstock Fire Tower Road was closed right at the ridge line. So had I come up from Woodstock, Virginia, with a couple cases of water, or gallons of water, would have had to, I don't know if it's closed at the bottom. It's definitely closed at the top. You couldn't go down that way. So you had to come from inside the Fort Valley to get to the ridgeline. And then you couldn't go down. This is the kind of shit that I hate. I don't think that's fucking heavy. Alright, that's enough punishment for now. Bye. GoPro, turn off. I'll figure it out. I've been doing it for 3 days.
Yeah.
This trail's not friendly for water at all.
No, this is not like the AT in Shenandoah.
Yeah.
It's
No.
You got water everywhere.
So, one day of hiking. Look at this bullshit. Cheap ass shoes. Are you kidding me? Look at that. I'm gonna return these. Biggest piece of shit. Look at that. Second day on the trail. What a bunch of shit.